In a prior video, we talked about copper tubing. Now let's talk a little bit about the fittings that go along with the copper tubing. No matter what piping material is used in the installation of air conditioning, there will be places where piping arrangements will need to make bends or turns around obstructions or be connected to other system components. A wide variety of fittings in various materials such as copper, black steel, galvanized steel, PVC, and ABS are available to make these turns and connections possible. It may be necessary to connect a threaded section of piping material to another threaded section of piping material or to a section of pipe that is not threaded. The most commonly used fittings include the following types: 90 and 45-degree elbows of various types of pipe, female and male adapters, unions, couplings and tees, caps and plugs. Okay, and we're going to talk more about these types of fittings. The most basic type of fittings and the most frequent one used is going to be a 90-degree elbow. It's used to join two sections of the same size pipe at a 90-degree angle. The diameter of the female ends of the fitting is larger than the pipe so that it can be put inside of it. The 90-degree reducing elbow is used to join two sections of different sized pipe at a 90-degree angle. We have 45-degree elbows, so that's used to join two sections of the same pipe at 45-degree angles. A 90-degree street elbow is also very frequently used. It's to make a 90-degree bend in a piping circuit. One end of the fitting is female to accept a section of piping material, while the other end is the same size as the piping material itself, and that allows you to fit it inside another adapter. A 45-degree street elbow, basically same thing, used to make a 45-degree bend in a piping circuit. One end of the fitting is female to accept a section of pipe material, while the other end is the male, which is the same size as the piping material itself. It will allow you to fit it right into another fitting. Female adapters. Okay, in the HVAC industry, the most common female adapter joins a male threaded pipe section to a section of copper tubing or piping. The female adapter screws onto the male pipe, providing a means by which a copper pipe can be connected to the circuit. This is an example of a female adapter. Male adapters are used in the HVAC industry. Again, the most common male adapter connects the female threaded fitting to a section of copper pipe or tubing. The male adapter screws into the female thread, providing a means by which the copper pipe can be connected to the circuit. Look at the difference between the two. On the female adapter, the fitting actually contains the thread. On the male adapter, this threaded fits into another female fitting. Unions are a three-piece component used to connect two sections of similar pipe that may need to be disconnected in the future. Okay, if I'm going to have to disconnect piping in the future, I'm going to use a union. Unions are also commonly used to repair existing piping circuit. A lot of times when you have a leak, rather than to try to fix a leak in a joint, you can pull that joint out and use a union as a replacement. Because again, once the circuit is sealed, it's very difficult to solder fittings. Couplings are similar to unions, but they're used to connect two sections of the same size pipe permanently. The main difference between the unions and the couplings is that the coupling is a permanent connection. The unions, I can unscrew this area in the middle where we have the brass. The coupling, I have nothing that I can unscrew. It fits together permanently. Reducing couplings are used to connect two sections of pipe that are not the same size. Okay, so you could be going from 3/4 to 1/2 inch. That's a reducing coupling. Tees are used to connect three sections of piping material. The three sections may or not be the same size. Tees come in a standard size and also a reducing size. Standard size will have all the fittings, all the sides of the tee have the same diameters. Reducing may have one or two of the sides with a different diameter. You also have caps. Caps can be used to terminate a pipe in a circuit. The cap fits over the outside of the fitting. Plugs are also used to terminate the pipe in a circuit. The plug is typically made with a male thread and fits inside a fitting with a female thread. So those are the basic types of fittings. Again, we have caps, plugs, we have tees and reducing tees, we have reducing couplers, we have couplers, we have unions, we have male adapters, we have female adapters, We have 45-degree street elbows. We have 90-degree street elbows. I have 45-degree elbows, 90-degree elbows. Okay, and that basically comes back to the different fittings that you're primarily going to see in copper tubing. Now, a lot of these fittings are repeated in brass, are repeated in cast iron, or repeated in galvanized. But for this presentation, we wanted to talk about the copper.